So I've been looking into this guy, Politico. I've been investigating, looking into his social media, trying to get a feel for what this guy is about. And I think I'm starting to build up a picture of why he's doing the things he's doing against Tommy Robinson. And I'll read this post here that he posted. Hey, Peter Caldwell, you're playing the Tommy Robinson game when you call him a racist. You're feeding his victim narrative. If you'd like a much clearer idea of the lies and deception he's practicing on his well-meaning followers, then have a look here. And he starts to push the video that I refuted the other day. The mishmash of him trying to say he's, how can I put this, forensically looking at the evidence over the libel case of Tommy Robinson, and then mashing that together with a rant about how he's trying to defraud his followers with no evidence whatsoever. But I think this is quite telling, this post here, because he's not showing any concern at all that a mainstream journalist, a radio journalist, is calling Tommy Robinson a racist or live on air without any evidence whatsoever. And yet this is a guy who denies that Tommy Robinson is being persecuted by the mainstream media and the establishment. But here he has a prime example of it, but isn't calling it out. So I think we can establish that this guy firmly has an agenda against Tommy Robinson at this point. I'm going to play you my video from yesterday in its entirety. This is just another insight into the mentality of Politico, how he tries to manipulate people into thinking that Tommy Robinson is actually deceiving people when in reality he's not. And the fact of the matter is, it's Politico here that is actually deceiving people.
Hey everybody, so I'm back once again because I've uncovered some more interesting facts about Politico and the fact that he is in fact misleading people, misleading his audience about Tommy Robinson's intentions towards his documentary Silence. So we'll read what he put in his Twitter post here. In court in October 24, Tommy Robinson admitted to publishing his film Silenced as early as February 2023. But a few months earlier, in January 2024, he was claiming on Twitter that it was people in the USA who published it, not him. See? The lies on lies. So we'll read his highlighted parts first. The documentary was eventually published by people in the USA, and now I'm facing 2 years in isolation in prison system for something I didn't publish. This morning, the defendant admitted that he breached the injunction on the occasions and in the manner alleged by the applicant. He breached the injunction by publishing a film that he had made in which he repeated the allegations. He did this over a time period from February 2023, July 2024. So let's now read between the lines down here on this bit. So if we read that again, in which it says he repeated allegations, he published the film on X social media account, and by playing it on Trafalgar Square, this is the important bit right here. He also repeated the allegations in published interviews. So that doesn't mean he published the film in America. He repeated the allegations in interviews. He did this over the time period from February 2023 to July 2024. So that statement there is saying he published the film on his X account, social media account, and by playing it in Trafalgar Square, and then this bit here, he also repeated the allegations in published interviews. He did this over the time period from February 2023 to 2024. So he didn't publish the film in 2023. He repeated the allegations in interviews from July 2023. So again, Politico is basically misleading people by highlighting the sections that he wants people to read, hoping that they won't read the sections in between the bits that he's highlighted. Politico calls Tommy Robinson a grifter. Do you really think a grifter would go to the lengths of this to get arrested by over 50 police officers if his intention was purely just to get monetary value out of it. Like I said before, there are easier ways to grift if you really wanted to grift. And Tommy Robinson isn't a grifter. He's just somebody that stands for what he believes in. And it's just people with ulterior motives that want to stop him getting donations, stop him from defending himself from court cases that call him a grifter in these circumstances. And I believe that Politico is envious of Tommy Robinson. Let's take a look at this clip from his video.
So in other words, Tommy can say anything, I don't care. The high I get from the rallies, the hero worship, the God worship, the donations, that's all that matters.
So it's always amazing to me how these people come out the woodwork when Tommy has no right to reply or can't defend himself. Tommy's presently in prison, so can't reply to these accusations that are being made by Politico or indeed other people that are calling Tommy Robinson a grifter, a fraudster. He's heard it all before, because it's usually from the same people. It's from people that are either jealous of him or want to be him but can't be him, so they have to pull him down and try to destroy him. Or it's from the real far right, who basically also don't like him and want to shut him down because he's more popular than they are, and they're jealous of that. And it all comes down to popularity. At the end of the day, Tommy Robinson is just a man standing by his convictions, that is actually, trying to do something for this country, while we have people like Politico who are just trying to tear him down because they're either envious or they have other ulterior motives that aren't yet apparent.